morning, everybody. Tis a Thursday today. Hope you're enjoying the uploads. Hope you're enjoying the content, the videos. Trying to do as much as possible. Currently 7:36 a.m. Roads are dead. Oh, back's falling over. Roads are nice and quiet. I'm on the way to work. Gonna get some Lotus bits and bobs done today. I'm still trying to find some Chaser tyres. I've got a specific type that I want to try, but I can't seem to find the things anywhere. They're Accelera 651Rs, which are like a semi kind of track compound tyre, but they're road legal, so they're like semi slicks, but road legal slicks. But I want to give them a whirl. I was watching Phil Morrison's Porsche video last night. Had a little chat with him about them because he put some on his Porsche to stop it tramlining with the Michelins that it had on there before. And I've never been a fan of Michelins, and I have them on my Lotus, and I hate them. I absolutely hate them. I think they're terrible tyres. But so he tried out these new Acceleras, and I actually quite like the tread pattern, obviously the grip and everything else. Acceleras are fine tyres. They're not the most expensive, but I've used them before in different variants, not the 651s, and never had a problem with them. But they seem fairly reasonable, so we'll give them a whirl, see what's what. They can't be any worse than the Nankang NSRs, NS2Rs that I had on there before, which shouldered really badly, weren't that grippy. In the wet they were dangerous, in the dry they weren't that much better. So we need to give some new tyres a go, but I'm still trying to find some because I need a specific size for the Chaser, but they just, everywhere seems to be out of stock. I'm guessing it's like delivery issues with, you know, 5 weeks ago BC, that's before Corona. Oh, come on! Before it hit the UK with a vengeance, you could probably get all this stuff. Now you can't get shit. But anyway, I digress. We're on the new camera, we're on the second GoPro. Picture looks pretty good, camera looks pretty good. Should give me a bit more ease of filming during the day. The trees are starting to blossom. At the minute we are in our blossom season. It's quite obviously famous in Japan for the cherry blossom, but we've got a bit of that, especially up outside my house. We've got a cherry blossom tree, and when the wind kicks up it's like it's snowing. It's lovely, it's really pretty. But we're on our way to work. In the truck today, again stretching its legs. I don't like it sitting for too long, so every now and again I drive it, give it a little run, give it a little rip, charge the batteries, give it some stick. And for a big old fat Bertha, it done half shift. I think it's quite a fun car. I don't think you want to change lanes, pal. It wouldn't work out well for you. Not with me alongside you. Why pull out in front of me and then slow down? If you're going to do that, just keep going. Fucking clown. How are we doing, everyone? We all good? Yeah. So just getting this Fiesta sorted. We've got an amp under the seat, 4-channel. It's going to supply the front speakers, which we've got to do. The sub, which is in the back, which is a kicker radiated sub box. It's a little 8 twin. Just get this seat back in. Nice and steady. And we've got to put our airbag plug in, which obviously stops us getting errors, any faults. What did I use for that? It's a 7mm. Aha, here he is. So it's Monday, the deinstall is done. She's taken the Fiesta, the first one, away. This is her new toy, little Fiesta ST. Keeping the standard head unit, she don't want to change that. But we are doing sub and amp, front speakers, sound deadening in the doors. So we'll put some dynamite in to stop the thing vibrating, because these things are notorious for it. The old Fiestas love a good vibration, but not in like a musical sense, like in a bad sense. There we go. Let's get these little pins in. Let's just give you a little wiggle. So you can see what's what. Come on. Dee dee. Dee dee. Hope you had a good weekend. I was mostly playing with the wife stuff over the weekend. No, not in that sense. I mean like making the wife stuff. Filth. Dee. They're nice and tight. Stick door seal. All the cables obviously cable tied up, tucked out of fashion. Keep them nice and neat. So so how this is going to work, obviously we're keeping the standard stereo. Now if it were down to me, I would love to be doing an LC2, getting like a proper conversion for this, but she don't want to spend the money, so We've got an RCA converter, which we're going to do an in and an out. So input from the front channel of the head unit into the RCA converter, into the amplifier, back out of the amplifier into the head unit. So obviously we'll run in and then back out. Change the door speakers for something a little bit better, and then set it all up. But should be good to go. This one's fairly straightforward. And then after that, she wants me to do things like LED conversions, headlight LED conversions, lighting in the footwell and under the seat. Kind of go, you know, go round it all, make it all fresh and kind of lovely again. And she's just bought this, so she wants it similar to her old car, but this one's just got a bit more power and a bit more finesse. Fiesta's all done, sounding pretty sweet. Keys. So I've replaced the front doors for some kickers. So you've got some kickers in there and in that side. Obviously sub an amp under that seat, and the twin, very slimline kicker 8s in a little box. I love this thing, radiated sub box, so tiny but really effective. Great for trucks and all sorts, but in this thing it just kind of works. So that's it for today. Monday's done. Get the chaser in, pack up, go home. That one's not being collected until tomorrow, so we've got a bit of time on that one. Let's get the chaser in. Gonna go home and cook a curry. Thanks for watching, see you tomorrow. Morning everyone, it's Alex. I am just out in the truck testing out these new HID lights that I fitted. Not HIDs, LEDs, sorry, my bad. I wanted to go somewhere dark so I could see what the beam pattern was like. Obviously, because most people get these HIDs and they're just spread everywhere. But I've got a definite light source on the road. It's nice and white, it's nice and bright, I can see clearly. They react really quickly as well. And by that I mean, when you have the H4, which is like a twin element bulb, you've got your main beam and your full beam all in one unit. There's usually a delay between flicking between full beam and low beam. But on these, look at that, so fast. But they're really good. So I can see everything, it's nice and bright, nice and white. A great little modification to a car without dazzling everyone, because you still get that shelf light. But I can see so much further than the standard bulbs that were in this thing. And when it's on full beam, you get like a full-on spread, as it were. But yeah, great little upgrade. I thought I wanted to come out. Obviously summertime, the sun comes up early and it goes to bed late, so I could never get time to go out and see it. So I thought I'd get up early this morning, go check on the unit, take the truck for a quick bimble, go find some dark places and shed some light on it and test out these new lights. But they're pretty good, I'm well impressed. Obviously I've done a few of these kits, so it's not my first rodeo. But that said, I wanted to see what it was like on my own vehicle, because I do like being the tried and tested fellow. I don't recommend anything unless I've used it or I like it. I won't recommend product for the sake of money. I'll give an opinion, and I'll give an honest opinion. But these are cool. So these are the LEDs. They are Guardian LEDs, the company that sells them. Just trying to hold the camera steady so I'm not shaking you about. But yeah, these are Guardian LEDs. They come with a CAN bus like canceller, but if I'm honest, I've used it on vehicles with CAN bus and it doesn't work. So you may need to add different resistors in line to stop the dash thinking you've got a bulb out. But certainly chuffed with these. Well impressed. That's full beam on at the minute. I got no problems in seeing things, but even on dip beam I can see enough. I don't need to drive with full beam on, but if you wanted to, it has got that higher spread as well. The weather's changed. It's nice and wet. Good old England. But I'm going to head home now, I think, and start chopping up a video for you. I've broke some more stuff with my snap-on bits, so I'm going to message Jody again, get him to come back. Give me some bits and bobs, do some changes, and we shall talk further once I've got a bit more. We've got a busy week this week, so there's a lot more in, but we shall discuss further when the cars are in. But I will speak to you soon. Stuff just turned out. Right, we have a box. We have a box. Ooh! Hello to you. Free bit of cardboard. Oh, yeah, buddy. See? Thanks, boys. Really appreciate that. We have a new 1000.5. Tight. Look at that. Kicker certificate, birth certificate, 1135 watts out of 1 amp. 5.1000 or 1000.5 should I say. So a 5-channel amp in a nice neat package. This thing is the shit. Free sweets. Donald Trump will tell you these are free sweets. Don't eat them, I'm joking. Right. Kicker, 1000.5. This thing is awesome. So you've got amp 1, amp 2, so fronts and rears, or you know, if you wanted to go active, so be it. 6 inputs, front, rear and sub. That's how I use it. Obviously you've got the option for the IQI, which is the Bluetooth adapter to go with the amp, so you can tune it from an iPad. Kicker remote control, ground remote, 12 volt constant, and then obviously your sub output, positive and negative there. But this thing is wicked. You've got the GUI cable on the back, a panel lock button, so if you press this, the yellow light comes on. You can basically lock this tuning, so you're doing it via here, or you can go in, plug your GUI port in here and actually tune the amp off a laptop, which we are going to do. And just to note, this kicker logo here, something which is really simple, I probably can't do it because I bite my fingernails. No, I can't. This kicker logo here is actually on 2 magnets, so you can turn it around. So obviously if your amp was fitted that way and you can't have the logo upside down, you can switch it around so it looks like that. But yeah, really nice weighty bit of kit, very strong, very powerful, brushed black aluminium, big blue light that comes on down here, but this thing's ace. I love these things. So we're going to plug it in. We're going to get onto the kicker software. Yep. Let's try that now. Where's my cable? I'm cracking on with the Lotus, which we'll touch base with in a bit. I will do some bits and bobs later this afternoon on the Lotus because we are flying along with it. Let me just find my USB cable. There he is. Right. So we plug in our stuff there, shut down the music, and we're going to go to which one should I do this on? I'll tell you what, actually, we'll take this upstairs and we'll use my new laptop just in case, because I do a lot of my setup now on the new one, and I want the data stored on my new laptop, not to my old one. So let's just plonk you there a seckie. Now, obviously we need to check that this thing doesn't need a software update or anything like that. If so, we can kind of do it all now. So we're just going to turn the amp round. Right, let's try and get this so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Right. So there's our Lappius Toppius, and I'm going to plug into this. Then I'm going to go to my Kicker Tweak software. Would I like to rescan? Nope. I want to do a software update, so I want to update the firmware. So it says remove the power from the amplifier, plug USB cable into computer, press and hold the panel lock button whilst holding the panel lock button, unplug the USB cable to the amplifier, the under voltage LED should light up, release the panel lock button, press OK to scan again. So here's our LED, status is just here. So I'll grab this pencil, stick it in the panel lock, unplug, plug back in, the under voltage light comes on, and then we press OK. There we go. So this has now found our kicker amplifier, IQ. So we're going to go that one there. We're going to open it. Loading new firmware to amplifier. Now this can take up to 4 minutes. So we're just going to leave that doing its little thing. I will come back to you in a minute. Actually didn't take as long as I thought. Sometimes it says up to 4 minutes. So it says there, please unplug the USB cable from your amplifier and return power to the amplifier before attempting any modifications. So what that basically says is we can't do anything with this amplifier because it's just been updated until we've given the amplifier 12 volts and it's in a car. So we press OK. There we go. Ready to be installed in a car. Right, so we got a new amp. We're just going to get in a chase and we're going to do some little measurements quickly, which will cut down on the setup. Just pop the amp down there for a second. So what I use Just charging some batteries so I can run basically the noise in the car without the engine running, so we can do setup on the microphone. So what I use in the car when I'm doing my setup is this little thing. It's a Bosch laser pointer, and it allows me to basically sit in my chair, and obviously I can measure with my laser pointer from end to end. Let's just turn him on. So there's my laser, and then if I have a speaker, obviously, which is over there, see the laser? So I can hold the laser pointer at my nose and then aim for the speaker. So if I sit in my normal position, oh, find the button, and then it will give me a measurement of how far away that speaker is from my ear. So it gives me basically like a closer guess for tuning. So when I'm tuning the car on the laptop with the tweak software, I can get all these speakers roughly aligned where they're going to be. So let's just do that again. So sitting here, that one's going to be in between the tweeter and the mid. 125, so 1.256 millimeters. Driver's side. So that one's going to be 76. Let's just do it again just to check. Yeah, so front left, front right will be 0.784. Now rear left will be, it's difficult because the seat is in the way, so what I tend to do is go for an area of the card which is next to the speaker. Obviously I can get a rear left, I can get a bit of playing around with the sound to make sure that it comes in right, but it kind of gives you a rough estimate of where that speaker should be. And that one is just there. So again, we're going to go roughly where my head is, and that would be 56. Rear right, 0.565. Now sub, again, an estimate for now, so it's going to be kind of in the middle of the shelf but down a bit, so we'll go roughly there. One sub is 1.4. Well, police are in the estate. So there's our amp. So that's our rough lengths of where we're going to go with the sound, and then obviously from that we'll get it onto the RTA and get it tuned on some kind of noise. Just see what CD I've got in here. Hopefully should have still, yeah, so I've got my pink noise still in there, that's fine. So we'll pop that in there. We'll just turn that off a second because we're not going to use that right now. Get the amp connected, get all the fuses put back in, and then get setting up on this. So I will see you when it's all connected. Let's turn that off. There we go. In a bit. Oh, well, it's been about 4 hours of tuning. It's a really funny thing. You listen to stuff on the RTA and you kind of flatten out your curve, and this is where the weird thing is that you should never trust computers 100%, because you end up with weird results. So even though on the computer the sound is sort of flat if you will. It sounds weird in the car. It sounds way too tinny, so there's way too much on the high end, even though the RTA is kind of picking up all the sound. But it's a funny one. It looks right on the computer, but it doesn't sound right in the car. So I kind of jumped back in the car after a little tune on the RTA, and messed around with it a bit more to try and get it how I wanted it. It's a shame really, because how I had it last time, the old amplifier, I absolutely love that sound, but it took me weeks and weeks and weeks of messing with it to get it exactly how I wanted it. But it just goes to show that sometimes, although technology helps with tuning it, it's not necessarily the be all and end all of everything, because that still means it can sound a bit inside the car. So I've been messing around with all the curves and all the settings on all the speakers. So there's the front left, front right, rear left, just trying to add in you know, delay and things like that into this tweak software so that I get the right amount of sound. It's like the first part, the first stage of tuning. We are not there yet. I need to mess around with it some more. I have some tracks that I like to listen to and like to set up to, but it was first just to play the pink noise through it and just see what was coming out of it, you know, is with regards to the sound, what the microphone was listening to. But there is a big how do you say, faux pas about how to set up audio. Everyone has different tastes, you know. My tastes are not going to be the same as somebody else's, but I definitely think as it stands, tuning on an RTA, it gives you an idea of what's happening, but it's not necessarily what you want to hear in your ears. I think I have very high susceptible ears with regards to higher frequencies, because sitting in the front, I mean obviously my tweeters in the car are quite high, but sitting in the front is a very harsh noise, a very harsh sound, and I don't like that too close because it just ends up as a, you know what I mean, it's like a wash of just straight in your head. I like a bit more of a warmer sound. I'm more of a I won't say I'm a bass head, you know. I find it funny, the SPL trucks, but I certainly wouldn't want one. But yeah, more to come from this one. I think we're going to be playing with it for a little bit. We're close, we're getting there, but we are not there yet. But that's it. Thank you for watching. It's getting late. I'm gonna shut up shop and go home. And we will have more to talk about later this week. There's more stuff occurring, more jobs coming in, more customers coming in. So it's gonna get fairly busy fairly soon, I think. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. Appreciate the input that we've had on the channel. It's really cool. The video from the SPDA230 seems to be leaps and bounds. Everyone's buying that unit now because the new 250 has come out and it seems cheap enough for people to afford if you're on a tighter budget. So that seems to be quite popular. I'm getting a lot of questions about the 230. Obviously the 250 is the new version, so don't get laid up looking at the 230 because it is an older unit now. There's nothing wrong with it. But that's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.